Hello everyone, my name is Ed, this is the Rod Cut Review, and once again, it's time to mark out for Maker's Mark. Let's go! Alright, if you're new to this channel, which many of you are, you may not realize just how much I love Maker's Mark. I love it. A lot. So you're probably gonna see a lot of Maker's Mark reviews on this channel. I think they make some excellent bourbon. Good for beginners, good for people like me who are a little bit farther along in our whiskey journey and looking for something cool. I think they do it all. But one of the most interesting things they do is their wood finishing series, which is a yearly release. For 2021, the release was actually 2 products. You have FAE-01 and FAE-02. Yes, I know they're pronounced FAE-0 whatever, but I'm not saying that. I think FAE-01 and DOS sounds better. So your spring release was the FAE-01 and your fall release was the FAE-02. FAE stands for Fatty Acid Ester. Esters are important to the taste of your whiskey because esters generally taste like fruit. A fatty acid ester is formed when a fatty acid and an alcohol come together. And esters can be created during the whiskey making process at a few different times. During fermentation, a lot of esters are created. And the longer that you extend fermentation, the more esters you create. However, sometimes esters can be created during distillation when alcohol vapor meets with the fatty acids, or during the barrel aging process. So what Makers was trying to do with the pair of FAEs is show off how they create a lot of fatty acid esters in their whiskey, and they retain them by not chill filtering. Chill filtration is the process of cooling the whiskey way down and then running it through a very fine mesh, which takes out a lot of the solids that form when the whiskey gets cold. That way, when you pour your whiskey over ice or add water to it, it doesn't get cloudy. Whiskey nerds like myself tend not to like chill filtration because it's really just a cosmetic thing. It's really just there to remove the cloudiness that shows up when you cool your whiskey down, and it doesn't really do anything for taste. If anything, it's removing the things that give your whiskey good taste and give it a nice mouthfeel. So Maker said, nope, we're not doing that. We're not doing chill filtration. We're gonna let these fatty acid esters shine. And part of the way they did that was using particular staves in their barrels. So both of these were aged in barrels that had toasted oak staves. So the staves in these barrels were toasted with infrared and then on one side exposed to high heat, with the other side being left more raw. And these are French oak staves, which I love. I love French oak. Quercus robur. It gives it this spicier tingle. Love French oak. But anyway, enough technical stuff. Let's get down to drinking. So I reviewed FAE-01 earlier in the year. You can check it out somewhere up here. I liked it, but it was lacking a lot of the super spicy elements from that French oak that I generally like when it comes to Maker's products. That's why I love Maker's 46 so much. It's really spicy and sweet at the same time. I'm going to review the FAE-02 by comparing it to its older sibling. So here we go. Holy crap. Now on the nose, I gotta say, I like the FAE-01 so much better. Holy crap. Like the FAE-02, they were intending to make this as kind of a example of texture and mouthfeel, but there's really not a lot going on the nose compared to its brother here. The FAE-01 is just so much more flavorful. Seriously, it smells so fruity and lovely. It's got the cherry, banana, a little bit of coconut. Honestly, I think I like the nose on the FAE-01 right now more than I did when I originally reviewed it. Maybe it's had some time to open up now and it's smelling a lot better, but yeah, this is pretty damn good. Like I say, it's big, it's fruity, coconut, cherry, banana, but it's got just a touch of kind of a grassy hay thing as well. I like that. In comparison, the FAE-02 comes off a little flat. It's just kind of, it's got the cherry, you know, it's got caramel, it's certainly got vanilla, and it does have a little bit of that kind of cinnamony, peppery French oak. But it's just not popping like the Uno. The Uno is wild. All right, let's get a taste, hey? So I like the dose on the taste. It reminds me of, it's fudgy. It's got a fudgy cookie-like quality. It does have some spice. It's got a little bit of pepper. Certainly it's got cherry. And I'll say for them, they did make a whiskey with a pretty good mouthfeel. It certainly is an oily, mouth-coating whiskey. But that said, this FAE-01 beats it hands down. Holy crap. It's so much more fruity. It's so much more cherry. It's so much more spicy, too. It's actually got way more of that French oak taste. And actually, on the taste, it's almost a little buttery. Kind of like an Irish whiskey. It's almost like apple butter. Damn. And, well, I like the mouthfeel of the FAE-02. That's not my main thing when I'm drinking whiskey. I'm usually more interested in how it smells and how it tastes. Now, that may be yours. You may go nuts for a really nice mouthfeel. Not so much what I like. I think these are both good. I think they're both good. This one kind of just shines because it's so flavorful, so fruity. The cherry is just popping out of this. The FAE-02 is very oily. It feels really good on your mouth, and certainly I like that fudgy aspect. It's good. Doesn't quite stand up to its sibling over here, though. So out of curiosity, I just went ahead and poured myself some Maker's 46 cask strength. I was out of Glencairn, so I just used a pint glass, which doesn't really work for the nose. But I gotta say, on the taste, I think I still like the 46 cask strength better than either of these two. Reason being is I really like how much that French oak shined in the 46 cask strength. It's a nice, dark, spicy clove kind of thing. And there's a little bit of clove in the FAE-01, for sure. Yeah, it smells like clove. It's got a little bit there from the French oak. But the fruit really is the star of the FAE-01. So if you like something a little bit sweeter, a little bit more fruity, the cherry, the banana, the coconut, FAE-01, that's your guy right there. If you're like me and you like something a little bit more spicy, a little bit more of that punchy wood spice, I think Maker's 46 cask strength is probably the way to go for you. And if you really do want just that pure, oily mouthfeel, FAE-02 is a good way to go. I think the flavor comes off a little bit flat, and maybe that's a trade-off they had to make to get it to be a nice mouthfeel, but for me, flavor and smell comes first. That's where I'm at with it. All right, but let's mix the FAEs together real quick and make a little FAE-01.5. I don't think that's how Spanish works. Ooh, that smells good. It smells like cherry preserves on graham crackers. Ooh, and a little bit of clove, a little bit of black pepper. Okay. Yeah. FAE-01.5. I'm just going to call it 1.5. FAE-01.5, that's pretty damn good. You actually get like a little bit of lemon pound cake out of that. Those two mixed together. Yeah, that didn't really show up in either of those, but together I get a little bit of lemon pound cake. All right. Well, I think I'm coming away from this review believing just as I did before that makers can do no wrong. Am I a little disappointed with the FAE-02? Sure. But if you're just looking for texture, it's not bad. I think I'd probably drink the others, though. But no matter what whiskey you like, make sure to like this video. Also subscribe, you know, because I would appreciate it. But most importantly, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay rotten.